Thanks for letting me know. I only talk like for 10 minutes, but no worries. All right. So, yeah. Thanks. So, yeah, we're going to be taking off here. And we'll see the first flight of 2 F-18s taking off right now. We'll be following them. And so we are called... So the first element is called Ram 11 and Ram 12. And we are called, with my wing, I'm a lead of the second flight. So we are called Ram 21. And my buddy here, he's Ram 22. So we're flying along that routing with all the A-18C, and then we're going to check in with the sectors later then for the attack, if we get cleared into that. So this is the first mission of about 16, 17 missions, I think. Hey Cupinato, hey Linus. Yeah, so we get all these infos, including the detailed coordinates, which will get into the programming later during the flight. We've got a bit of time, so those are now departing. So we have some GPS guided bombs on board, but let's get the jet started up. So battery switch on. I'm going to start the APU. Oh yeah, and I do have, let's have a look. Do I have the, oh yeah, there we go. So here's my F-18 setup with the hardware box for the landing gear hook and so on. And you'll see this space come to life as soon as the jet starts up. Right, so let's crank the right engine. So about 20%, introducing fuel. Yeah, and I have the Mosa force feedback stick here as well. Incredible. It's just childhood dream come true for me. It really is. So there we go. Let's get all the panels up and running.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
Yeah, boys and their toys. I mean, like I said, I've been dreaming of this since my childhood. And the best thing is the fact that it doesn't take that long to set up, really. So I've changed the whole setup from my A320 or A350 setup to this setup within like 10 minutes. But that was with the restart of the whole PC. So right, so let's get fuel into the engine left here.
Radio check on Aux.
All right, there we go. So let me know.
2-1. Good check.
Right, so there's my wingman. So I don't have to talk myself, so it's scripted. And but I'll talk you through that. Right, let's do the bit test here for the flight control system. And for that, I can go get the flight controls here on the right-hand side. I'm going to go for the bit test, and that actually then automatically does the flight control checks. You can see the surfaces moving, and there you'll see the elevators, etc. And so all good. So now we can set up some more stuff. That reminds me, I have to. Time this right. So let's sequence the waypoints. Going to set to waypoint 1. Right, so I have to turn the music off. Right, otherwise I get copyright strike. There's, like I said, there's some cool music as we fly along on these missions. Very nice indeed. So that is done. Let me reset the flight controls here. I'm going to dial down the RWR sounds because that's what people very often complain about. I've just turned the oxygen on, APU switch off. So that is set. And let's set the stabilizer trim to about up 16. May have to do that again after lineup. Yeah, I have to wait until everything's aligned. Cool. I can see here the quality 1.6, so that is counting down for the INS alignment. In the meantime, let me set up my upfront controller. So IFF on, TACAN on, 75 X-ray for the carrier. ILS I can already set to channel 11. Enter, and data link also on, very important. So we see other traffic here on the display. Yeah, the cost index is definitely not an issue today. We may have to refuel before we come back. Depends on how much fuel we require later on. So just checking now. Down here it says alignment is good. ECM, electronic countermeasures to standby. Dispenser standby. Radar is currently, let's put that operational on the ground. It's not transmitting, so that's no problem. And now I'm going to put the INS switch to in-flight alignment. So now let's reset again the FCS, the rudder. And now we got stab trim 12. I'm going to put the stab trim to 16 with our loadout for takeoff. And I think we are good to go. That sign, a bleed. Let me just do one more time the bleed air. Reset. And then we'll arm the ejection seat. And I think we're good. Linus, honestly, you can't really compare DCS to Microsoft Flight Simulator. These are two completely separate sims, right? So here's the probe. Just checking the probe here working. So I enjoy, the different flight sims for all that they offer. Right, I'm going to salute here for the taxi out. So he's my controller now. So I'm going to release the parking brake. And let's go forward. So he's now signaling to go forward. Come forward. We're on a carrier, so nice and slow. Now he's handing me off to the controller over there. He tells me to come left. Straight. You can see how close everything is. I mean, it's a good thing that these wings fold up. Nope. Let's go straight. There we go. Hand off to the next controller there. It tells me to come right. So this is our catapult here. Keep turning straight. A little bit to the left. Straight. To the right. To the right. And handoff. So he's just told me to get the wings extended. Down they come. Come right. Now straight. Here's more wingman. So now I'm going to go to the catapult. And stop. Now it's going to tell me to lower the nose gear bar there so that they can hook me up. So there's the hand signal to lower the launch bar, as it's called. So now they're strapping the aircraft behind. And now he tells me to come forward. To get into the shuttle. Let my power out, power, That's it. So now the shuttle comes forward to get us locked in. There we go. Now to raise the launch bar, although it's not raising, but for later. Right, so we're good. We got the trim set. Just checking one more time that we have no warnings. And here, rev up the engines. Here we go. Do a quick wipe out of the flight controls. And then we will salute. Looking good. I love how the stick shakes. It's crazy. Right, off we go. A little bit left turn as we are. So gear up, flaps up. Just a clearing left turn to get away from the catapults. Then we go back again below 500 feet. 300 knots.
04. Departure. Reduce speed to 300 knots until
Yeah, already being told off. Too fast. This thing just flies off too quickly. So 300 knots only, otherwise you get told off. So back to... Now we got to fly this below 500 feet until we hit 7 miles, 7 DMEs from the carrier. Got the DME here, 3.5 right now. And then my wingman should take off as well. Yeah, this is like crazy fast, honestly. It's nuts. Ted, I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying this. It's just incredible setup. So, like I said, dream come true. So I'm already inbound to waypoint 1, straight ahead. Let me do the waypoint on the display here. So here, let me go ahead, early warning radar onto the HUD. So 6.3 miles. So climb 3,000, yep, 7 miles away. Now we can go climb 3,000. Let's wait for my wingman to join up. So in the top right corner, you can't really see that because of the overlay, but in the top right corner, it gives me these messages, what I have to do. And yes, 120 FPS. Crazy. So good. Yeah, the HUD, the thing is though, I mean, if I zoom in like this, maybe you could read it a little bit better, but I mean, I could try. Let's go daylight. Oh, hang on. I was on nighttime. Yeah, the last mission was nighttime. So here's daytime. I think it's a bit better now. Full bright. So again, we're going to go 3,000 feet.
4's on the rejoin. Right side.
4 is on the rejoin. That's my wingman. Let's have a look.
Copy. Push button 2 on aux. And then we'll join up with 1 and 2 at waypoint 1.
So if I turn on the HMD helmet mount display.
Check. Push 2 on aux.
And so here I can see my my flight to the left here. 3,000 feet. He's joining up. So that's to confirm. So let's join up with the flight here. So what it will tell me on this knee board, and these files are there for you. They come with the campaign, which is really nice. So I can see now that I need to go and climb 22,000 feet towards waypoint 2.
Lead. 3 and 4 rejoining. We're with you.
So that's a figure change for the other flight.
Lead copy. Pushing to waypoint 2.
So the voice that just heard there, that's the other flight, or the other flight lead. And she's in charge.
Push button 3 on pry for strike.
Right, 3 for pry. So what I do is a preset frequency, so number 3
304.
gives us that new frequency, which is nice. Where's my wingman?
Lone Warrior Strike 300 holding hands with 302, 304, and 305. We are Kilo and outbound for Manhattan.
So I can read.
Mach 0.65 indicated. Steady climb to Angel 22 until waypoint 23. Form up 1 mile behind me.
Alright, so 1 mile behind. There's my flight. 22,000 feet, so a bit slow here. Just waiting for a wingman to catch up. Oh, there he is. I can also see my other flight on the situational awareness display. So if I go make this active, hover over that, I can actually see them F-18s, the bottom right corner there. 4 miles away. So I'm going to close in on them. No, Alino, so this is DCS, Digital Combat Simulator, GSX. You will not find GSX here in DCS, luckily. So right now I've got the afterburner lit, and the stick shakes ever so slightly, which is really interesting. Same if I lower or raise the landing gear or the speed brakes, I get a little shake here in the stick, which is great. So Angel's 22 means 22,000 feet. About to come up here. Falling a little bit behind, so I've got to catch up a little bit. Autopilot. Yeah, so one issue I do have is trying to get the altitude hold mode working. That takes a couple of tries. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Now let's capture that. Hey, Oliver. Yeah, it is some serious stuff here. Hey, Kieran. How you doing? Nice to see you. It's too fast for my wingman there. All right, he's rejoining. Hello. Yeah, the details, graphical details, is crazy good here. Good, love that. Hey, Tavos. So good. All right. So we are on course. Speed should be Mach 0.65. Currently almost 70, but we need to catch up a bit with our flight lead. Otherwise, we get told off. So in the meantime, what we can do, use the time to check out the stores. And so what I need to do is I'm going to have to set the fuse to instant. I'll do that straight away, otherwise I forget. Also, I can see here on the display, when you select the JDAM, so the GPS guided, it takes some time to line the INS for the bombs. So that takes like 10 minutes. So it's a good idea to have that already finished. Yeah, Tevas. So the thing is with, I'm not sponsored by WinWing, okay? I like I said, I'm not accepting any more sponsorships or any more free modules from anyone. So I paid for all of this. Everything's paid for by myself, right? And I had a long think about actually getting it. But I have to say, this is one of the best and coolest things I've bought for flight simming. Because the displays, the hardware with the software you get, so the SimPro app software actually works extremely well. And since this has been around for a while, it's already got lots of presets you can download, so you don't have to program anything for yourself. It's already there for you. And so especially when you fly these kind of more complex jets, it's just so more immersive if you actually have the hardware to quickly program stuff. So you don't have to use your mouse to find the right button. You just do whatever you have to do to quickly get to the pages. So for example, if I want to program the coordinates of our targets, which we've been given here, I'll just do that. So I'm just going to put the target.
300 with 302, 304,
Just going to do some
305.
communications. Let's listen in.
300, strike stopping, check out.
So we checked out from the first sector now. So for the next sector,
Flight push button 6 on try for magic.
right, there we go. So flight 6, so that's us here.
Copy that.
And here's now on 6.
3 copies.
4.
Select the next waypoint.
Ram 11.
Two. Ram 13.
That's us. Ram 13 is
Ram
us.
14.
Magic, Ram 11 checking in with you en route to Manhattan at Angel 22.
Ram 11, Magic, copy, check in. You're cleared for Broadway at current altitude.
So we checked in with the next controller. So the guy responsible now for the next sector, so next corridor that we're flying through. So now we're inbound to waypoint 3 currently. And so then once we get towards 4, that's where the action happens. So we're now on course, so feet dry, overhead water now. So we just continue flying. In the meantime, they've just programmed those coordinates in, otherwise things will get hectic later. So again, let's...
Join up.
Yeah. See, she's telling me off.
3
I'm too slow.
copies.
Sorry. Right, elevation, let's do feet. So 1126 feet, enter. So that's the first one here. And now the coordinates. So we're going to put target UFC again. Position, latitude, north.
Flight, we have the Bay of Iskenderun on our left and the Turkish province of Hatay on our right.
97, enter.
This is where we'll be checking in and out of the joint airspace whenever we enter the northern part of Syria. And the Incirlik Air Base in Turkey, which is our primary divert, is out to our left, opposite the bay, some 45 miles from here.
2, copy that.
There he is, just telling us a little bit about what we have to look for. So we're going to be careful with the airspace here, because
This transit corridor, Broadway, which we're flying in now, is it permanent, or do they change
so we're not allowed to go into the red area. But that is controlled by
I haven't been up this far north before, but it's my impression that the corridors have
some
been
of the forces.
static for months.
So we got to go and stay outside, just north of Aleppo.
That is correct. These corridors haven't
T-Rex, hello to you.
on their Russian plane about 6 months back. I guess JTF wants to keep things predictable so nobody gets confused.
So they're having a bit of chit-chatter
I
about
might
the...
have missed this in the briefing, but the restricted airspace southeast of here, is that what's being agreed with the Syrians and the Russians?
Negative. There's been no formal agreement on a boundary so far.
Hey, Smudo, moin. Yeah, now we're talking.
The restricted airspace has been set by joint task force so as not to escalate the situation. The Syrian government hasn't given any formal consent to the coalition operating in their airspace.
The Russians do occasionally strike targets north of Aleppo and close to the Turkish border, but
I know it's hard to understand what they're talking about. It's not that important.
Alright, so that means we can basically focus on IS in the northern part of Syria without too much deconfliction.
That's right. The Truman's presence almost doubles the coalition's air power here, and it sends a strong signal of commitment to all of the other parties.
I think we're going to be dropping a lot more ordnance in the coming months than we did
Right,
last
so that was
month,
Station 8, pre-planned 1. Let's go step to Station 2, pre-planned 2.
Extending the tour has required a lot of flexibility for everyone and their families.
So, elevation 1113, enter.
No problem. I'm glad I can help fill the seats.
Position, latitude north, 3540, 46,
Welcome back to active duty.
08. He sounds happy.
Good to have you back.
383134. Enter 64. So let's check the coordinates now really carefully. Make sure I've entered everything correctly. So let's compare. So this is the number 2 oil pump there. 35, 40, 46, 08, 38, 31.
Join up.
Yeah, ma'am, I am trying. Oh, she's
3
strict.
copies.
So 38313464 and the elevation 1113 feet. That's correct. So let me go and switch to oh, hang on. Yeah, so that's Station 8. So here we got 35405397, correct? 38313447 1126. Looks good to me. It is the Top Gun. Let me have a look. Yeah, let me have a look. Which one I chose. Wing, just so that I don't tell you something wrong. Yeah, that's the thing. The prices, honestly, I know it's still a lot of money, but for the quality, I have to say, I was actually pleasantly surprised. So that's a combat panel combo. So I got the yeah, the Top Gun MIP, not the VR, but the MIP, and the MIP means that it has the functional displays. If you get the the MIP, that's for VR. So of course in VR, you don't have to have these displays working, right? So we're coming up to next waypoint. Trying to keep up here. 2 miles. Go. Exactly, Cupinator. Right now the autopilot is engaged, so you can see it's telling me I'm in CPL waypoint mode. So I have selected currently waypoint 4, and I pressed on this button to make sure the indications of the flight director, everything's set to waypoint 4. I could also select a target, designate the target, and then the autopilot would fly towards the target. So I'm just having the autopilot off now. I need to get into position again. They're 2.6 miles. I should be 1 mile. So that's really gonna give me some bad marks in the debriefing regarding accuracy. So this is the box, right?
Look down there to our right, that's the northernmost part of Aleppo province. There's been a whole lot of fights down there between IS and various groups that are affiliated with the Free Syrian Army.
2 miles.
Just last week, IS tried to mount an assault again on the town of Mariah. Apparently they had about 1,000 men, lots of suicide bombers, and some old Soviet-era tanks and rocket launchers.
Have they taken the town yet?
Negative. Last intel report stated that IS got repelled again, but that town is now under siege.
So I can see by stepping through the weapons, so station 8 on the right hand side, that's pre-planned 1, station 2, pre-planned 2. Oh, hang on, but that's target info. Oh! Not too fast. Yeah, I'm gonna get really told off. Sorry! Just want to say hi. Let's give a wave.
Alright, flight. Time to run our fence checks. Use your checklist and report when ready.
Right, so checklist. So fence in means there's a couple of things we have to do to get ourselves ready for combat. So we go to checklists. Fence in checklist. So mast arm is safe. Displays set as required. Let me put this to air to ground. Situational awareness there. Here, let me put that back to that. Then for the video recording.
Tapes on.
Tapes on. Then we have to activate guard frequency as well. So GRCV, guards. So fence check should be complete. HMD is on. Lights. You can set the lights here. That's what are they? Formation lights. Strobe off. And so we are check complete. So I need to check again. I've made a mistake here with the programming. So JDAM display mission. So station 2 is missing the target. What did I do there? So that's the first target. So now let's step to there. Yep. Oh, there we go. Pre-planned 2. Yeah, it's there. 1, 2. Yeah. It's switching correctly. Station 2, station 8. So that should work. One thing I really like here in DCS, you can feel that the jet is heavy. It just takes a lot more power. So if I go to engines. So right now I need like 95% power or 90% power to keep the speed up. Once we return, once we have a lot less fuel in the tanks. So right now we still have 12,000 pounds of fuel. So later when we get back, we'll have a lot less fuel obviously, and then it'll require a lot less thrust. Same for the ordnance on board. So we also check the FLIR. Let's activate the FLIR first. Let's put this to on. And there we've got the FLIR on. I'm going to put this to infrared mode. So that is working. So I'm going to try to keep the other flight here in the window at my 11 o'clock. So if you look at the early warning radar currently, oh yeah, one more thing I need to do here, to put this to receive at the moment. So we got F-15s up ahead, F-18s, some ground radar. Those should be from the ships. E3 is our early warning radar, or airborne early warning radar. You can see that here, usually on the situational display here. Yeah, so that should be behind us there. That's the one here. So that's the early warning radar. Yeah, I could have a look at the aircraft ahead of me. So if I go to FLIR, I'm gonna put this. There we go. So,
down to your right again. That's the Euphrates running down to Lake Assad. Roger. That's quite the landmark.
interesting that the contrast on this display looks a lot worse. I mean, on my hardware, it actually looks really good, really crisp. Let's see the ordnance. Yeah, you can zoom in more actually. Hang on. And look at that. I can even track him. So now I'm tracking the aircraft.
Magic Ram 11, flight exiting Broadway for pump check.
Right, let's get serious again.
Ram 115, you're clear to exit Broadway for pump check. Contact Demon 1.
Right, contact Demon 1.
Flight turning to the kill box now. Check on button 17, prime for Demon. 2, remain on button 6 and monitor Magic.
Right, 17. 2.
2, copy that.
3
copies.
3 copies.
4.
So now it's getting a little bit more serious. Down we go into the target area. There they are. Trying to stay in formation there. Give them hell. Nah, alright. In the end, it's just a simulation. Right, so everything's programmed. We're pretty much set. We're waiting now for the instructions to go in hot. Stores page, JDAM display, mission is set. So now we're flying manually. And
Ram 11.
Ram 13.
Ram 13.
Demon 1, this is Ram 11, checking in.
So we're going down to 20,000.
Demon 1, copy. Ram 11, go ahead with check-in.
Demon 1, Ram 11, mission number 0311, flight of 4 Hornets, checking in to pump deck with lead time CPU 32 as flag, to give you 30 minutes on Houston.
Ram 11, Demon 1, target is flagged as top deck cells 3 and 5. Copy flight is confirmed, no civilian activity. Wait. Possible threat from man pads from the built-up area to northeast. Wait. The exit on station is cell 6 at Angel 10. You are cleared from top deck now to Angel 15. Continue drive.
Demon 1, Ram 11, copy, continuing drive.
So the target is waypoint 6. Let me have a look at
Alright,
this.
flight targets are as briefed. We split up at IP, then visually acquire the targets. Once Demon clears us, we'll execute the strike. Across north and rejoin at Angel 20. Acknowledge.
Roger. 13.
2, copy that.
3 copies.
So they have different targets to us. So we're split at waypoint 5. And then we'll go split up, engage the targets, and then once we've engaged the targets, we'll come back, exit to the north. So fuel 11.4. Let's have a look here. Alright, cool. So one thing regarding formation flying, you can see as I bank, my wingman goes below me. So he always tries to stay in the same line, right, to the reference he has on my aircraft. So if I go right turn, he's going to try and get high. Again, trying to keep that same position to me, to my wing. I'm using the Trek IR. But it's a fairly old one. I think I have had that for like 7 or 8 years now. I think it's still Trek IR 4, if I'm not mistaken. $40 miles to the target. It works. I mean, yeah. Why should I change it, right? The fact that the stick vibrates ever so slightly gives you just that incredible feel that you're actually flying the jet. It's really interesting. Also with the force feedback, if I want to do a really kind of a 9G turn or something, I have to pull back really hard on the stick. Yeah, it has so many functions. Let me just show you guys. So you can set all kinds of things like torque, feedback intensity, spring load, dampening, inertia. You've got dynamic force feedback stuff if you want, telemetry. So you can set stall stuff and adjust everything, right? Buffet onset, angle of attack, canopy, even damage effect. I can try damage effect as well. Gear buffet, flap motion. Again, there's so much stuff that you can do. All right, I'm losing track of my lead again here. Tis. Yeah, it has presets. So so if you go to, let me show you. So here, so under presets.
Ram flight entering pump jack from the north at Angel 20.
So actually, let me load mine.
Ram flight, you are clear to engage flag target. Pump jack is on.
Right, so I've loaded that preset now. And you can even change the presets. Actually, that's not the one I usually have. Hang on. Let me just,
3, copy, clear to engage. Running in.
There we go. Oh, no, that's too soft. Hang on, where's my normal preset?
4, copy.
Ah, there it is. Okay, now it's... yeah, that's better. I want to have a lot more force on the stick. I don't want that to be so soft. Ooh. Oh, no. Oof, it's just a lag. Okay, so... Let me just concentrate now. We're now splitting up. Here's my in-range ring for the ordnance drop. So now let me zoom into the target. You can see the... So these are clearly the oil pumps. So you can see those are the ones I think we have to get. So as we get closer now, let me just go forward a bit. So you can see them. So there we go. All right. So the gas is still expensive, Letha. Yeah. Well, good thing this has no influence on the gas prices. Just check here.
Tally target, CID.
There we go. So my wingman says tally targets, positive ID. So let's tell my wingman now to engage.
4, engage primary. 4, copy.
So we're not quite in range yet. So we have to wait until we are in the circle.
2, running in.
And on the HUD it will tell me in range. So about 36 seconds to go until we're in range. So he's getting now ready to drop as well. No, so KiwiFly, I got the MIP. So with the actual displays here on my hardware. You may see now the lower map here. Right, that equals the map on the screen. Same with the FLIR and so on. So 5 seconds until we're in range. So let's make sure that we drop correctly in range and pickle. Oh, hang on. Master arm on, obviously. Test. Right, there we go.
Ram 2-1, pickle.
Pickle. 2 bombs off.
On the way.
My...
2, reload.
Hey, Crossbow, thanks so much for the raid. Crossbow, how was your stream? Big shout out. Yep, so GPS guided. And we programmed the coordinates as we were en route here.
Lead 3, engagement complete. Rejoining.
Oh, there we go. You can see the impacts. Right. Yeah, good effect on target. That looks like it hit where it's supposed to hit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I had a look at the Lailstat flight sim show. I had a look at the motion rigs there, but honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know how much more immersion it could give you, simply because the oh, there's a fighter there. Look at that. Hang on. Hello, hello. What's this? Su-30. About 80 miles away. I'm going to put weapons safe again for now. And we're going to wait for our flight lead to come in. They're still doing their business over there while we aggress north. So waypoint 7. So then waypoint 8 will be 27,000 feet. So now we go 20,000 feet, wait for the others to join up. Because they had a bit more to fly. There's my wingman.
Got 2 Russian flankers approaching. 280 position hot.
Yeah. We saw them as well on the situation awareness.
Flanker approaching from the west. Flight, continue on mission. Be vigilant.
Be vigilant, okay.
2, copy that.
3 copies. 4 copies.
So I'm going to anchor here at waypoint 7, meaning I'm just doing a 360 here until my flight lead comes along. I can see them, they're now joining up towards us. Let me get the FLIR. Oh. Let's leave that. Okay, so let's do that. And there they are. So the helmet-mounted queuing system is really good for situation awareness. So they're 16 miles, 20 miles. They're joining up. Right.
Flankers have turned. Looks like they're anchoring at 27045.
45. Roger. Sounds so cool.
1 copy. Flight continue. Human 1, Ram 11, engagement complete at Winchester.
Winchester. That means we've
Copy, Ram 11. Contact is cold.
We've dropped the ordnance. So BDA, Battle Damage Assessment. So there they are, I can see them. Visual. So now I'm trying to get back into the box position. 1 mile behind, slightly to the right.
All targets in cell 3 or 5 destroyed. Good job.
Good job.
No further tasking. You may aggress to the north.
No further tasking. Fantastic. Right, there we go.
Human 1, Ram 11, copy. Aggressiveness received. Flight, push button 6 on pry for magic.
Roger. 6. So let's go waypoint 8. And that was 27,000 for the cruise home. Fuel check 9.5. That should be enough for the flight back. So the first mission, you don't have to do air-to-air refueling, but I can tell you that mission 3, for example, you have to do refueling. So you have to practice that. Alright, flare to standby, don't need that anymore. Let's climb 27. Again, because of the reheat, so the afterburner, the stick shakes. Crazy. Sorry. Just overtook my lead there. I thought they were so fast. Oh, she's gonna be really upset with me. She's gonna tell me off again. Yeah, that's true. It does take some time. The thing is, though, I had a phase as well again where I was, flying so many other sims, and then I knew that for DCS, I just had to learn so much again and practice again. But honestly, now after, let's say, maybe just a few sessions, I feel really, really confident again. I still, there's a couple things that I'm still confused with, especially, for example, if you want to program in a coordinate from a grid. So what I mean is, the military has a little bit of a different system sometimes regarding the coordinates. So here you got your normal latitude, longitude, but the military also has grids, right? So what happens when they give you a 9 line? So you have like somebody, an upfront controller that is directing aircraft towards certain targets in a battle area, then they would give you grids. So what happens then is here, for example, you've got different grids. So currently we are situated in grid Delta Alpha, but theoretically we could be assigned, Delta Bravo as a target area. So then we could select that, right, and then enter a grid position there manually. Now the thing is, though, I understand the grid stuff, but the problem is, so if I want to enter those coordinates into weapons, so now I don't have any more JDAMs, but the thing is, I just don't know how to get that into the...
1-1-1.
1-3.
Ram 1-1, flight checking in from Tom Jack, refueling route to Harlem, Zone 27.
Ram 1-1, radar contact, you are cleared for Broadway.
Control and star on your keyboard changes, hang on, right control. Yeah, I think I have a German keyboard layout, so maybe that's a bit different regarding... But yeah, thanks for the tip, Smudo. I have to check that. Hey Solar, hello to you. How are you? Okay, ein Sternchen über Moonpad. Warte mal. X oder there's an X and there's like a divide by. Yeah, I don't have a star on my Moonpad. Oh, this? Yeah, thanks, Smudo. Solek, you doing fine? Eating a döner. Oh, I could kill for döner now because I went cycling and I didn't really have much to eat afterwards. I'm hungry, man. Oh no, you cruciate the ligament broken since 2 years? Oh no, surgery. Okay, so how? Do you have already a date when you have the surgery? Now I'm gonna have a little fun with the other flight here. Let me see if I can stay a little bit better in formation there. Let's say we get the call for close formation. Right, next waypoint. Yeah. Yeah, I've got afterburners that's telling me now, home fuel. Because with that fuel burn, we're not going to get home. Hey, Crossbow. Sorry, yeah. Oh, yeah, you had a time delay, didn't you? Sorry for that. Yeah, that's to keep the bots out. But it's weird that, I don't know why it does that with Twitch as well. Yeah, apologies. So you had a good stream. What did you do, Crossbow? And once again, thanks so much for the raid. And guys, check out Crossbow's channel as well, please. On Twitch. Yeah, £8,000. Thank you much, Mark, for the shout out. There we go. So let's do some formation practice, shall we? Just hope I don't fail the mission because of that. But I already passed it once, so it should be fine. So this would be like a good position, right? You see, like right now, maybe I just get a little bit lower, but in line with the other aircraft. So this would be, this should be the right position there. He's a bit twitchy though. What's wrong with him? The thing now with DCS is if you do some formation flying, you realize how difficult it is sometimes. So it's one thing regarding just one aircraft, but then trying to stay in place in a 4-stack formation, let's say. Crazy. And imagine you have to do that for, let's say, half an hour. Can you imagine how tired you would get after a while? Hand flying, trying to stay. It's a constant adjustment with the thrust levers, the stick. Just so that you stay in formation there, like this. Crazy.
Flight, we can fence out now.
Fence out, okay.
To fence it out.
A circle. A circle. Love it.
3, fencing out. Low state, 8.0. 4, fenced out. Low state, 8.0.
Alright, so tape off.
Lead copy.
ECM back to standby.
The flight is wrong for the distance of us entering the target area.
I wouldn't read too much into it. I think they were just telling us that they're here and that we were getting a little too close to their AO.
Strobes back on.
That's right. And we'll probably see more of that. It's important that we show clear intent. Don't do anything to provoke or escalate the situation. And remember, we are all fighting IS, but our mission and our allies are not the same.
Just for verifying.
Correct. And now we need to focus on getting back to the boat.
Okay, so now what I can do a little bit of time acceleration. So I'm going to drop back just a tad here, get the autopilot on. Come on, give me an altitude hold. There we go. So now a bit of time. Yeah, so crossbow, I'm not sure. I would assume you're also into DCS. And Zolak, you got your... Oh, already in 2 weeks' time. Okay. Yeah, man. You said that's the thing, right? You just play football, trying to stay fit, right? Have some fun. And then suddenly facing surgery. Oh, man. Yeah, all the best wishes, Zolak, for that. Yeah, Mark, I don't know how many... Like now, for example, with frame generation that works now, DCS, the FPS are fine. Usually anywhere between like 80 to 120 FPS on a normal PC. Yeah, just looking at the FPS. I mean, yeah, I can see maybe 5 FPS, maybe 10. I mean, they have an impact, so that's why I normally. And I mean, honestly, I mean, unless you're on dogfight or something, you don't really need the mirrors, anyways. Hey, Bob. Sure. Hang on, let me just get. But this will confuse my wingman. Let's hope he doesn't crash into me. Well, normally for barrel, you pull up a little bit and then go. Ah, he's brave. He stayed with me there. Fantastic. Bob, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Hold on, why is... Oh, there we go. Just wondered why my tracker IR is not working anymore. Just waiting for the next radio call, and then afterwards we can go back to right, next waypoint. Hee-haw. And then we got the easy part coming up, and that is to land on the carrier. Lol. There we go, now we've got altitude. Hey, T. Revenger. The Mosa, honestly, for the F-18 or helicopters or whatever, it's really nice, I have to say. The thing is, what you don't see is the base. Now, the base here is, well, it's, I would say 15 times 25 centimeters. And it weighs 8 kilograms. So for me, it's not a problem because the whole Monster Tech rig that I have, it already has preset joints at the seat below to get the whole stick section kind of really easily fit in, and I can exchange that as well really quickly. But if you want to mount such a heavy stick on a desk, and then be aware, if you mount it on a desk and this thing starts vibrating because you're doing a stall or something or firing weapons, your whole desk will shake. No, TV Avenger, I do not think so, because again, you would have to switch off the telemetry. So any kind of vibrations or anything you would want to have to get more immersed, like lowering the landing gear or the flaps and so on, that would shake your whole desk and everything that's on it. That's why I was saying with the new Wing Taurus setup, right? Those things even weigh like 20 kilograms. And honestly, I don't know how that's going to fit on a desk. If you pull, so they tell you you can pull like 16 plus Newton meters, right? Well, how strong does the desk have to be if you mount that to a desk? Like, I don't know. It just seems completely unrealistic to me. So either you have a means of getting that connected somewhere else, then it may work. But on the desk, I don't think so. No. Honestly, no. Yeah, TV. So I can definitely say the Mosa or the Taurus, when it comes out, I don't think it'll desktop mount. I mean, it will but it's going to cause a lot of issues. Solak, you live in Romania. Okay, 1 month is not too bad then, yeah. So Solak, I mean, it's a private question, but do you plan to get back into soccer or football after you've had your operation? Yeah, exactly, Beethoven. Honestly, it's just one of those things where they advertise and tell you, oh, it's so brilliant, 10, 15, 20 Newton meters force available if you want. You know, and somewhere in a side note, it'll tell you, because I asked the guy there at the Lailsat stand from Winwing. I asked him how much does it weigh, because I could see the mounts on the desk already bulging towards the bottom. So, and he said, he was like chuckling. He said 20 kilograms, and I said, "Jeez, 20 kilograms! Blimey, that." So, yeah, that's true, Smoother. If you have beer on your desk and it shakes, no, you don't want that. No, I agree. Trying to get a bit closer again. So we are getting close to home now. Let me just check here. There's another fighter there, but he's cold. So cold meaning he's facing away from us. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to activate TACAN. So if I go have a look here, TACAN is bearing 248, 74 miles. So that's the carrier.
Welcome aboard.
Hey Chris! I'm doing well, Chris. How are you? Nice to see you. Hope you and your family are all well. Nice to see you. And again, thank you so much for 74 months.
Magic Ram 11 flight checking out at
Hi, Black Box 711, just checking in to say hello. Hope you're well.
Ram 11, magic copy, checkout.
Thank you much, Chris.
Push button 3 on cry for strike.
3.
2, copy that.
3 copies.
Chris? Yeah, don't tell my wife. Well, she saw that. Although I think my wife has lost count on all the add-ons I have. I think she's kind of accepted it.
304.
304, that's us.
Moon Warrior strike 300.
Moon Warrior strike.
So that's a strike package. That's like the approach controller.
300 holding hands with 302, 304, and 305.
Holding hands?
07.
Hold hands means like information with
Angel 27.
the other aircraft.
5.1.
That's why I bought her kitchen. Yeah, you're right.
300, strike, sweet. Mother VFR, case 1. Contact Marshall.
Right, case 1 means VFR approaches, which is nice.
300, case 1, contacting Marshall.
Yeehaw. They do turn quickly, don't they?
Flight, we will recover 2 separate elements today. I'll check in with Marshall first, and 3, you check in afterwards.
Roger that, ma'am.
3 copies. I'll check in with Marshall after you.
We'll start descending now, and we'll be changing speed as we get closer to Mother. Stay in formation with a mile in between our 2 elements.
Copy, copied. Right, so,
Flight, push button 2 on cry for Marshall.
push button 2. 27.5 VHF.
Marshall 300 holding hands with 302. Marking lost at 0704555. Angel 25. Low state 5.0.
So we're actually a bit heavy still, so we got to be careful for landing. So if we go to 33,000 pounds, we have no limits with our external tanks and so on.
300.
But I may have to dump some fuel later on. So we have to enter the Marshall stacks over the carrier at 3,000 feet, 250 knots. All right, let's call in.
Marshall 304, marking mops 076,
that's me.
50, Angels 21.5. Holding hands with 305. Flow state 6.5.
So 6.5, 6,500 pounds.
304. Weather's weather is visibility 10 plus miles. Scattered clouds at above 10,000. Altimeter is 290.903. Case 1 recovery expected DRC 219er. Report see me at 10.
219er.
304.
So I'm going to set the course 219er for the inbound course. Help me navigate. So 219er is set. Hey, Bacon Strips, hello to you. I don't read that name correctly. Bacon Strips, how are you? Nice to see you. And Nate, yeah, I mean, although I tell you what, Nate, I found the 350 flight to Vienna a lot more stressful than this. So especially when we got the arrival routing, the headings, and back to the arrival routing, and then the holding, that had my hands full there. So Zolek, it's friendly football game and beers after that, yeah. Okay. But Zolek, I often hear that you know, those kind of casual soccer games, they are actually the ones that are more dangerous, right? So yeah, again, I saw like all the best wishes, yeah. And I would love to hear how it went afterwards. Right, so that's the tanker. Oh, it's not the tanker. That's the carrier with the TACAN symbol there. 32 miles away. And currently 6,000 pounds of fuel. That's still more than plenty. A350 is just as scary as JDAMs. That's true. Yes, Oleg. Alright, so for the landing, wheels, flaps, hook, anti-skid. So anti-skid stays off because of carrier. Harness, dispenser. Oh yeah, dispenser we can save now. Let's put this to save. Radar. Oh, that'll go standby anyways. Oh. You guys slow down quickly now. I was not ready for that, to be honest. It's hard to stay information with them sometimes. $17 miles. So we should be seeing them soon. And again, so So those two there on the left will land first. And then we're going to go into the holding stack over the carrier. And await our clearance for the approach. $13 miles.
See you at 10.
Right, so she just called in that she sees the carrier. I see the carrier as well. There it is, 12 o'clock.
Tower.
304. See you at 10.
So I'll call in as well. See you at 10.
4.
No, I might have stepped on her.
304. See you at 10.
304. Update state. Switch tower.
Right, state is 5.7.
Low state 5.8.
I've got to be careful now. So 6,000. Alright, I'm going to drop back just a tad because I don't know how twitchy they will get when they get close to the carrier. I'm going to decrease the zoom level here now. Let me put that also on here. HSI, 10 miles.
Altitude. Altitude.
Tower 304. Overhead Angels 4.5. Holding hands to 305. Low state 5.6.
300.
So again, we're going to slow down now. Going to go overhead the carrier. So again, I've now set the carrier as my reference. Tackhand carrier. Truman. That's the inbound course.
99. Mother. Tanker overheads at Angel 6.
Someone else's tank. Angel 6. Hang on. Oh, there we are. That's a tanker. So the tanker is there just in case we bolt her a couple times. Alright, let's dump some fuel here. And need some extra fuel. So they have a little...
304. Enter Marshall Stack, Angel 3.
Yeah, will do, ma'am.
304.
Alright, hook coming down. Hook is down. Alright. Oh, 2,000. Oh, yay. Let's go quickly back up to 3,000 again. And then we'll roll into the hold here. 250 knots. Let's trim the aircraft a little bit. So there's the other F-18s here. They're going to be landing soon. Keep dropping the nose. Oh really? Oh good. Yeah, so let me know how you find it. Like I said, I hope you have a good base to mount the Mosa on. I mean, the stick itself is brilliant. I mean, no doubt. It's honestly, if you fly certain aircraft, I know that, for example, V1 Simulations, he uses it for the A320 setup. I don't, because I would have to do that on the side here. It would require another big mount, so I'm not going to bother with that. But yeah, again,
300 Hornet Ball, state 4.2.
Right, there you go. She's called Hornet Ball. Right, all on short final for the trap. And her wingman is downwind. There we go. That's the wingman. Actually, it's turning base here. And yeah, good trap. Good trap. All right. So those are pros, obviously. Let's see how we can do. One thing you will see is I'm using for landing. I'm using auto thrust. It will tell you A-18C. I guess it stands for automatic thrust control or something. So you'll see that on the HUD when I'm using it.
Hornet ball.
So that's him there, down there. Roger ball. Yeah, number 1 is already off the deck.
Tower, roger. BRC 219. Signal is Charlie.
Right, say as Charlie means, or signal as Charlie means, for us, we can now go into the approach. So I'm going to drop down to 800 feet. Do one more pass. And then we're going to kiss off our wingman. Kiss off means we'll make a signal. Hand gesture. To let him know that he can now go and break off. And also then commence landing. Alright, let's hook. So, yeah. Almost forgot. I need to close the fuel pumps here. Alright, let's come down. So we're going to pass the ship 800 feet. Deck looks clear. And I don't know why it goes below me. Why he does that kind of break. Doesn't really make sense to me, but alright, he's gone. So there he is. Idle power, and then let's pull some G's to bleed off the airspeed. And let's drop down again, 800 feet, a bit high for the pattern. Right, so here comes the gear, the flaps. Let's go outbound. Again, the whole stick shakes now. The landing gear goes down. It's so cool. Right, home fuel is good. Cancel that. Still a little bit high. Now, once I reach about 150 knots, let's go A-18C on. So now you can see we got A-18C on. And what A-18C does is it adjusts the thrust. Hang on, it's a bit slow here. Let me try that again. Right, there we go. So, come on. Right, there we go. Now it's active. So now that's auto thrust on, and all I'm going to do now is I am going to just fly with the stick to the signals.
Fuel low. Fuel low.
Yes, ma'am. So we have to make this count. All right. Still a little bit high. Let's correct that. Come on. So now we should be in the slot. Just a little bit left of lineup. Now that was fairly unstable. Now I'm good on the altitude or the path. Just getting a little bit low here. Let's correct that. And let's call in Hornet Ball.
304. Hornet Ball. 1.8.
Right, 1.8 is not much fuel.
You're lined up left.
Yeah, correcting. Yeah, just a tad low. There we go, that's better. Right, slowly getting aligned. No way. What?
305 Hornet Ball 4.4.
You've gotta be kidding me. What? Oh, and he went around as well. Oh my god. All right. Right. That'll get a nasty debrief for him. Jesus. Right, let's do that again. Right. Let's try to be quicker than him. Yeah, maybe I was just a little bit outside of the lots of paperwork, I agree. I know I was on a wide pattern, but hey, no need to cut me off there.
Hornet Ball 1.5.
Roger ball.
I'm getting low here, gotta be careful. Quickly correct that, then try and get on path. Still a little bit low, come on. Don't mess this up, I don't have that much fuel left. Oh, pressure. Still a bit low. Come on, let's adjust that. Ah. Oh no. 1.3. I don't have much fuel. Oh no. Oh no. Right, where's my wingman? Oh, there he is. Oh, okay, let's hope he gets down quicker. The pressure. Right, okay, so he's going to be hopefully gone by the time I get around. Right, that's good. So I'm going to have a little bit longer pattern, which is fine. Right, auto thrust is on again. Trying to get the aircraft nicely trimmed. So that should be enough distance. So let's keep fingers crossed. Right, 1.1. Oh my god. I have like maybe... So this try and then maybe one more. And if that doesn't work out, we're going to have to eject. Oh, he's got to hurry up. Nah, he should be fine. He's far enough out. Okay. Right, let's concentrate. Come on. We can do it. Yeah, just have to be a little bit more stable on the initial approach. So the second approach was really rushed with late lineup. So let's try to get everything sorted, including the trim. And he should be off the deck in a second. Right, come on, let's line up. So one thing that's somewhat difficult is trying to get the alignment with the runway, because it is angled. There we go. So a little bit high.
304, Hornet Ball 1.0.
Let's correct that.
Roger ball.
Come on. So the idea is that you keep an angle, right, and then you just continue to fly that angle, right? Don't go chase the altitude or the ball, right? So let me just that's one wire. That's going to be bad. But I'm happy. I'm down. I'm all right. I'm going to take the bad grade. Right, hooks up. Fold the wings. I mean, 870 pounds. I don't think would have made another approach. Right, so straight.
Fuel low. Fuel low.
Hang on, am I still? Off we go. So that's what these guys are for. Right, so if you go swimming, they will pick you up and present you with a very expensive bill. Well, that's going to be a tight part. Yeah, all right, so here's my wingman 305. So they turn you around, that's fine. Whew. Cool. Let's switch off the engines. So first we'll go switch off radar INS. That needs a couple of seconds for cooldown. Oxygen off. Seat. Save and battery off. Right. Oh, hang on, for the mission debrief. So how did we do? Mission debrief. So, mission debrief. Targets destroyed. Correct departure procedures. Now, issues recorded with airspace controls. Test. Compliant with rules of engagement. Carrier recovery score 10. I think that's a low score. Ay. However, let's see if we passed. Let's see if we passed. I think so. I think that was enough for the mission. Whew. Success 90. So 100 is maximum. We got 95. I think they were generous today, okay? Yeah, so that was a close call, I have to say. That was not a lot of fuel left. Blimey. Oh, what a timing. Look at that, midnight. Perfect. Perfect time. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for resubs. And my dear moderators, thank you so much for all the help, as always. And I will be back on Sunday for more civilian flying, and then I think next week sometime we'll go and jump into the second mission. So we'll see. Thank you much, everyone. Take care, stay safe. I'll see you soon. As always, my pleasure. Meg AJ, thank you so much. Senchai, thank you. Also Beethoven. Smudo, thanks a lot. Take care. Good night, everyone.